Here we are, final episode, just outside the Termite lair. So, and then and of course, alright, so I'll get that out of the way. We can get to the Termite lair. I brought some shinobi sneezes with me, because I want to try and just kind of, when we got up to the actual Termite, where the Splinters were, there really wasn't much. Ignore this dude. Take the outside path. Anyway, there really wasn't much termites past the Splinters. So my thought is we can use this shinobi sneeze to maybe get past all the termites that were guarding the Splinters, and then be clear. Oh, there is a mosquito right there. Alright. I can kill him really easy, I just don't want to. So, I might skip through this part till we're on the other side of the Splinters. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Alright, there we go. Just like that, we're past them. Now we can get down in here. See what this guy is. Look at him down there. Ooh, the Termite King. Interesting. Now, everything else here is weak to salty, so he should be as well. And if we actually want to look at this real quick before we get down there. Oh, there he is. So we only had 2 left. This should be the Broodmother, and then the Termite King, and then this whole thing will be completed as well. Other than getting gold cards, but I don't care about getting gold cards for everything. So yep, stabby and salting. Alrighty, well. So he's neutral to bashing, which is fun, because this is going to be bashing. We can get in here and fight his ass. Try and clear out some of this. Yep. Running. Oh, here he comes. Let's actually put this on so we can see him. Oh yeah. Oh my god, he does a lot of damage. Ooh. Alright, let me do this real quick. Because these, one of those, one of these, one of these going. Go ahead and take one of these, get our health back up. Okay, now, we better fight him. Now you ain't doing any kind of damage to me, buddy. Let's go. Oh, okay, that actually still did a lot of damage. Get that combo in and get back. Ooh, yeah. Okay, okay. Oh, he's stunned. I'm recovering. Right. Okay. Oh, he's fighting back. He's almost broke my helmet. It's fine. He is dead. There we go. Termite King down. Now again, gives us the Termite King carapace we can scan, and we needed that for... What do we need that for? I think there's a termite piece. Termite body? Yeah, termite armor. The Termite King carapace. I'll give you exactly enough to make one. Cool. So we can make that. There's a tooth over here we're going to grab. Boom. There we go. There's the tooth. The tooth is absolutely useless to me because I don't think I have anything I can spend it on. What am I hearing? There's like a termite stuck in the wall there or something. More importantly here is this chip. This should, when we turn it in, give us the access to the final upgrade materials we need, which we're going to go turn it in real quick, and then when it gives me that, I'm going to go ahead and craft some of that upgrade material, hopefully, to make ourselves just a little bit stronger. Our armor is fully upgraded, but our weapons aren't, and I want to be able to take on the Broodmother with as strong of weapons as possible. I'm going to try and avoid all these dudes and get out of here. And I'll see y'all back at Burgle turning in this chip. Alright, here we are. We can turn this chip in and see what all he gives us. I've actually gone through and collected quite a bit of science, so we should be able to buy, Jesus, anything that he, that's the infected wolf spider above us. Anyway, we should be able to buy anything that he has up for sale from this chip, and we just haven't bought in general. So let's do that. Yep. And then he's just going to upgrade the science shop. Let all that go away. See what we got. See, I got 15,000 now. Oh, I got 3 full quests too. All this stupid stuff. I hadn't been taking them. One down here. Yep, there we go. Quartzite jewels. That's what we're looking for. That's what we need to upgrade almost all of our weapons and stuff. And then the advanced flavor jewels as well. About both of those. The woodpile cookbook. What's this give us? Oh my god. Pebble harvest speed, grass harvest speed, damage resistance, plus max health, and a meal and well fed. Okay. The black ox burger. Interesting. And then advanced anything pupa plates. I already know how to make pupa plates. Why? That's weird. I'll buy it. That seems weird. I think I already know how to make those. How much we got left? 9,000. Let's buy this cookbook. Is there any other cookbook? Food and stuff? No. The pawn cookbook. Choose 3,000. We'll buy it. We don't have enough for that one. We have left 2,200. Diving. Let's go buy the diving lantern upgrade. We still hadn't bought it. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. Infected weevil. Yeah, see, I already done these. Red worker ants. 10 of them for 100. See, it's just dumb. I don't want to take any of that. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go make these quartzite jewels and upgrade this here sword. We can do the most damage as well as our bow. I've got spicy arrows to fight her. Same as with the Termite King. Most of the regular spiders are weak to spicy, so I'm sure that she'll be weak to spicy. Just like how the regular termites were weak to salty and the Termite King was weak to salty. So I'm going to go do that real quick, and then I will see y'all at the broodmother's lair. I almost forgot. We got this to scan. It's probably going to give us nothing, but we'll scan it anyway. Yep, nothing. And then raw science, and we're already maxed on this. So, okay. I just want to make sure we got that scanned. Alright. And here we are. The final fight of this series. The broodmother's lair. Just before morning here. Or just as morning here. We're going to get up in here. We got the BLT to summon her. Go ahead and do a little prep. Get on our spicy arrows. Oh yeah, I need to re-equip this to number 1. Because we fully maxed out its damage. Here we are. Look at this. Ooh-wee. So we gotta use the BLT to summon her. I've got a little bit of prep I want to do before we do that. I think this, yep, that's where we put it to summon her. These are some massive eggs. I don't know what these are supposed to be, because they're basically just like scaled up versions of the ant eggs. Oof. Yeah, so before we fight her, I got some of these for attack stamina. We're going to pop one of those. That'll max our food back out. Got an extra one. This gives us damage resistance. This increases our attack. And then, obviously, we've got healing. I've got an extra attack, food if we need, some extra water. I'll actually go ahead and do that. And I think I'm going to pull out. Start with this. All right, give this a good try. Hopefully, we can take her out. Oh God! Battle music and everything. Ooh, okay, okay. Actually do a lot of damage to her, and I'm surprised. Try and stay away from her here. I could actually probably just... Ooh, that's crazy. Okay, so she summons little babies. How much does this do? Ooh, it does actually good. Okay. Ooh, that's not babies though. Yeah, block that, block that. Yeah, block that. Ooh, actually doing good. She hasn't got a single hit off on us yet. I really want to kill these babies, but... What's she doing? Attacking in the wrong direction. Need these legs. Make sure she doesn't get her health back. Block that. Ooh. Let's get up in her face. Ooh, God. Oh. Ooh. Now she's poisoning us. A lot of damage. Oh. That's a lot of poison. Let's go ahead and get one of these. That's good. Okay, she's gonna jump over there. Ooh. Oh, she's summoned Spider Juniors and everything. Alright. Okay. God. Okay, she's doing a lot of damage. Let's pop one of these so I can get over here and do some healing. Consume. I need to... Oof. Okay, we may just switch back to this because it's getting kind of hard to get her with melee. She's so big and tall, it's hard to hit her. Now this would probably one-shot most of these guys. As far as it didn't. Oof. God, if you're afraid of spiders, this is your worst nightmare. Oh, I couldn't block that. That's bad. Okay. Let's keep hitting her some more. We got plenty of these arrows. Oops. She's gonna get on us. Now, ooh, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. Ooh. Okay, we need to pop another one of these. We're gonna die right here. Oh, we didn't. Okay, okay. Consume. Flip. Oh. Consume. Consume. I want to equip this so I can... Why does it keep doing that? Ugh. Give me back the blood thing. God dang it. Oh, we're dead. Oh, we're so dead. Oh, no. Blocked. The only bad thing about the bow is that I can't block her attack. Oh, we're still getting poisoned. Consume. Oh, that's gonna kill us. Okay. Jesus. Okay, okay. Doing good, doing good. First wave's out. Oh, we're getting slowed down because we're running out of stamina. bad thing about this bow. Oh, gosh. I can't block with it, is I also can't. Oh. Alright, use one of these. Switch to sword. I'm going to consume our health up. We're going to get in here. Block that. We're just going to get in here and chip away at her. Okay. Get over here. Pop in one of these. Woo. God dang it. Probably dead again. Let's see if this gives me like a big chunk of health. Yeah. Alright. Just gotta stay on this bow. Don't get stuck on anything. Doing good. No. Oh, we were doing good. Now we're poisoned again. Oh, we're out of arrows finally. Okay. Gonna go for it. Walk as much as I can. Oh, stop. Oh, you can't leave. Okay, that's fine. Consume. God, these things are just too slow. If I can actually get it to go. Okay. Let me do this. Give me the blood. Alright. Ooh, there we go. That's like our last of our healing items now. Alright, we just gotta get in here and get her. Okay. We're poisoned, but... Oh, come on. These little spiders are getting me now. No, I'm dead again. Damn it. She's staying over there. That's good. Okay, she's gonna come over here. I'm gonna do this. Nope. Do this. So I can get some healing in real quick. Go ahead and waste both of these. Okay. So much better. Okay, that was just random. I didn't even click. Okay, I got 3 shots left. Okay, she's poisonous again. One. Okay. Try. Okay, that's the last shot off on that. Let me do this so that I can heal. Come on, eat the thing. Get the healing going. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and burn it again. Get our healing up as much as we can. I want to swap over to regular shots. Okay. These aren't gonna be doing as much damage, but I can at least stay away from her and get her down some. Okay, block that. That's good. That's big. We need to get a heal in. Maybe a second one if we can. So we can attack. Oh. Block those as best as we can. Do one of these. That gives us food. Okay, there we go. Let's get in here. Cut her down. Alright, she's gonna jump away. God, I can't get away. All these Orb Weaver Juniors aren't helping. Alright, consume. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, now all the Orb Weaver Juniors are on us. We'll get over here. We've got to heal. Okay, she's gonna. Okay, we got some space between us. Let's get some heals in real quick. Just back up to full. Okay. One more hit, come on. There we go. Oh, and that kills all the other spiders. That's what we're talking about. The mom genes mutation. Oh. Let's get what we get from her. Broodmother Chunk, Broodmother Fang, Broodmother Venom. Ooh, all 3 brand new stuff. Okay. That's big. That was a tough fight. You just don't have enough time to heal. Which probably should have just brought a bunch of like gnat meat with me because those heal so much better than healing items do, and it would have been Oh, and I had to eat like 2 or 3 things to get my health back up to be able to fight her, but that's pretty good. Whew, okay, well, let's get out. We're going to get over to the scanner so we can scan those parts from her. And then I want to take a few minutes and talk about what I think of the game. I guess, like I said, my whole intention when I started playing this was to sort of compare how it was at release, at release to how it is now, and you know, obviously they've got a little ways to go before we get to 1.0, but we'll talk about that in a second. I'll see you guys at the scanner. Okay, here we go. We're at the Oak Lab scanner, and before we actually scan, I want to see what that new mutation is, the mom genes. Yeah, your vocal cords stretch to form spiderling, summoning, motherly cries. Interesting. Wonder how that works. Anyway, let's scan these. Oh, you actually don't get to scan the venom. That's gross. Okay, let's see. Brood Mother Fang. Ooh, the Club of the Mother Demon. Interesting. And this gives us the Mask of the Mother Demon and the Brood Mother Trophy. Oh, cool. So this will go, the mask will go with the Termite as like a boss parts armor. That's cool. Hopefully, damn, it gives 5 and 3. I hope that's enough. What do we do? Let's see here. What are those recipes? Before I start asking. Okay. So you just need the Brood Mother Venom for this. And this is just a tier 3 club. Okay. So we're just missing a tier 3 spear. Because this is slashing. And this is club. And then these are obviously just elemental. And then we don't have a tier 1 or a tier 2. Well, I guess a spear would count as stabbing if they gave us a tier 3 spear or a tier 3, like a cutlass. Interesting. Alright, I want to make it back over to the base, and then we can talk about the game and finish this episode out. And here we are back. Alright. First thing we're going to do, let's see if we can craft this other demon stuff. I care about this more. Okay, it takes 3 chunks for that. Okay, I think it gave us exactly... Oh, I don't have enough silk rope. No, well, let's get this cooking then. I think we've got, yeah, plenty of stuff that can be cooking while we talk, and we can make this. That takes 2 and 2. And then that takes 1 and 3. I think we have enough to make both, but I'm going to wait and make the mask first. I don't feel like doing the mask. I want to make the mask first to make sure we can make the mask before we do the other thing. Okay, well, let's talk about the game. So, here we are. We can do this. First thing, obviously data. Towards the end of the game, there was just so much less data. Story was kind of, the entire story of this game is carried by data because there's just not very much interaction with anything else. We don't see Dr. Wendell Tully. Burgle is very little help. I hope they give him more lines. That would be nice if they had like all of his text all voiced over, because it's kind of annoying having to read. He talks a lot and it's a lot to have to read. It's just kind of annoying. But like I said, obviously when we went and did the Black Anthill, there was no data in there, completely void. So hopefully they have all that planned, and when 1.0 releases, they'll have data for that, because it's just kind of left us hanging. The story was that Dr. Wendell retreated to the Black Anthill lab as the last line of labs, I guess, and that was just kind of it. We got there and there was nothing to tell us what happens next, so we'll see about that. My next thing I want to say about the game is spiders. I don't really like how they did some of the spiders in this game. Spiders are a very solitary creature. I was trying to look, because usually there's tons of these garden spiders all over here, all just hanging out together. Which isn't really how spiders work. I don't like it. It's kind of annoying. They kind of overlap each other a bunch. Also, their scale seems off. These garden spiders get massive. We're talking like hand size or bigger. I mean, there are small ones. It'd be nice to see some larger, some different size variations. And I've already said before, I don't really care much for the spider juniors. I wish they would have put in jumping spiders, because jumping spiders are cooler than just making a smaller version of a spider you already have. Wolf spiders have some really cool traits that we don't get to see in this game. That would be cool if they put in. Like, wolf spiders are basically impossible to drown. If they get too wet, if they like get submerged in water, they'll put themselves into a coma and just not need oxygen as much. Whatever oxygen they have in them will be enough to last them until they dry out, and then they can wake themselves up from the coma. So it'd be really cool if we could find, like, as part of the pond lab, like a wet, like drowned wolf spider that could be regurgitated, or if, like, I know there's no weather in the game because it'd probably be really hard for them to do rain, because your raindrops would have to be this big and massive all over the place, and it would just make the game laggy. But it'd be really cool if we had like a flood situation happen, where like the spiders in the tree get washed out and you find like what looks like a dead wolf spider, and then you come up on it and it wakes back up. That would be really cool. The other thing with wolf spiders that they do is the mothers typically carry their babies on their back. So you'll have like one mother wolf spider that's just covered in like hundreds of little baby wolf spiders. That would be a really cool thing to do. Like the couple of wolf spiders that we have that are just out roaming way over here. There's like one that roams underneath the porch, and then there's one over here by the branch. Be cool if like one of those was a mother wolf spider that just had a bunch of babies on it, and like as soon as you attack her, a bunch of like hundreds, I know it'd be really hard to do having hundreds of little baby spiders, I don't know, like 10, 20 baby spiders like we just saw in the mother demon fight, all just come off of her back and be attacking you. That'd be really cool. Other than that, I mean, they're pretty alright. It really seems like spiders were their big enemy at the start of this, like at the release of this. That was the big enemy, was spiders, but as we've progressed into the other side of the yard, they've gotten into better and tougher things being their enemy. They do still populate wolf spiders and stuff all throughout here. There's a couple of wolf spiders up here on the wood. We didn't really see them because I didn't go up there much. There's not anything up there other than teeth. But that's pretty cool. Speaking of up there, though, I want better map definition. When you get up here, there is a bunch of little canyons all throughout here, and you just can't see them on this map, and it's annoying. There's a whole canyon all the way around this. I really hope that they plan to do that, and that maybe just because they haven't finished the whole upper yard section, they haven't done it. But like, I would love some definition on where these canyons are up here, so you can better try and navigate through this. Same goes for down here in the haze. I mean, you can see that it's like fuzzy here, and it's meant to be like, oh, there's haze here and you can't really see, but like maybe once I clear the haze up, come in with these lines and define out these caverns so you can see them. Because you can see here in the grassland part of the map, they've got that all over the place, these fine little lines underneath the or over the map that tell you where the little edges of stuff is. I want to see that up through here in the haze and up out here in the upper yard where this canyons are, where it's hard to navigate. Another big thing is armor. Upgrading this set of armor, or any set of armor, takes so many resources. It is ridiculous. Let's see if we grab, I can't really show you, but in order to upgrade your armor or your weapons especially, if you take a weapon, I don't have any that are low enough, but you first have to start with quartzite, and it takes 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, then 32 to get it to the first set, the tier 5, which is about 62. Yeah, 62 quartzite just to get it to tier 5. Then you move to using these quartzite globs, which take 8 apiece, and it takes 5 and 10 for 15 of that, so that's 40, and then 80 more quartzite, which is what, 182 total quartzite. Then on top of that, you get to quartzite globs, And then it takes 2 quartzite globs per 15, so that's 30 more quartzite globs, which is, what, 80 and 80, it's like 200 something more. That's like 600 quartzite just to upgrade one weapon. And you have 3 different elemental weapons here with the sword. And it's just way too much. It's too much grinding. It's like MMO levels of grinding. And there's like not enough, I don't have it, my Weevil nose is marked right now. But there's not that much quartzite. There's a bunch of quartzite in the red anthill. You have a little bit in the abandoned anthill up here. There's some down here in the larva den. And then you've got quartzite all throughout here, but it's really hard to get all of this quartzite because there's just so many enemies that guard it. And then there's a little bit of quartzite here in that first cave you go into to fix this thing. And then there's like just some sporadic ones in a few places. There's a couple up here that make no sense. There's a bunch up in here. Well, not really a bunch. There's like 5 or 6. But it's not really enough quartzite. You get like 6 pieces of quartzite for every stone you break. So if you broke every stone in the game in one day, you would still fall short, I think, of being able to fully upgrade one weapon. And then it takes like 3 days for all that shit to respawn. And I don't even think you have enough time to run around the whole yard and get, it would take you like a day and a half to run the whole yard and get every piece of quartzite spawn. So they really need to lower that, I feel like. Same with armor. Armor's not quite as bad, but it is. You start with larva, then you have to make that larva into leather, then you have to make the leather into leather scraps, and it's the whole way through the same thing. Larva's not that hard. You can get larva really easily. Then you move up to blueberries. Blueberries aren't really that hard. The hard part about when you get to the blueberries is you need bug rubber from acid glands, and the only thing that drops acid glands is larva about 50% of the time, which sucks, and then red ants, soldier ants, 100% of the time. It was only like, I don't know, 12 or 15 soldier ant spawns, and then again, you're waiting 3 days for all that. I think every time I'd go out to harvest acid glands, I would get maybe 20 to 25 acid glands, and it takes, same with that, it takes 5 and 15 of the blueberry leather to upgrade your armor, and then you need 5 and 10 blueberry leather to make into pupil leather. So it's like 30. It's just too much grinding. And that's per piece of armor times 3. Because you got 3 different pieces of armor. Like, it feels like, because the game is meant with 4 people, you have 4 different people, you play with 4 people. It's meant to, I guess, balance it out, because if you had 4 people in fully upgraded gear and armor, you'd be able to just truck through this game so quickly. So I feel like what they need to do is just a balancing between a single-player save and a multiplayer save. I'm sure all of that grinding would be fine in a multiplayer game where you have multiple people go hit all of those different spawns for things, the quartzite, the acid glands, all that in one day. And then everybody gets an upgrade. And upgrading everybody a little bit is probably better than upgrading one person all the way. And you can kind of meter out that damage. But when you're playing solo by yourself, it's just a little too much grinding. So I wish they would sort of team that down. And I think from what I've seen, there is a little bit of rework they're doing with the armors in the new update. I've seen a couple of people playing the test server. I haven't watched their videos, but I saw they've been talking about armor, different armor stuff. So that would be cool. Next thing. More bosses, obviously. I think that's probably something that everybody wants, is more bosses. We got the Broodmother, which we just fought. There was the Termite King. Broodmother was cool. That was actual good, like, boss fight. Termite King was kind of lackluster, but again, they're not completely finished with that. I know they've made small changes to that from what I've seen, as far as the Termite lair goes. So hopefully there's more planned. Maybe they can expand the Termite King to be more like the Broodmother fight was. That was cool. Or even like the assistant manager fight. The assistant manager fight was another good one. The only thing lacking in the assistant manager fight was we got nothing for it. All we got was the key card, which did nothing other than open a couple of doors. But I would love it if we got parts off of the assistant manager and we could make like a little zappy arm, like all the tasties have. They have that little shock stick that they hit people with. It'd be really cool if we could get a shock baton. I know it'd be I don't know, a different, kind of like an overhaul to add a shock damage type, but I don't know. It'd be cool for a one-off weapon. Maybe not even have to add a shock damage type. Just make it a blunt weapon, and there's no, maybe just give it like crazy stun from the shock. I don't know, just something. And then obviously like Ant Queen. I think everyone since who's played this game has gone into the Ant Hills expecting there to be an Ant Queen, and there just isn't, and it sucks. They should, and I hope they have it planned to put an Ant Queen in there, because that just seems necessary. It's a little ridiculous that there isn't one, but you know, we'll see. Hopefully they can add one. It would be nice. Like I said, just more bosses in general would be cool. I don't really know what other types. Queen bee, I guess. That's another type of like superior insect that has like a special variant. Also, an actual beehive would be cool. They refer, I think, to this pot as the beehive, the bee's nest. But I really wish they would actually just put a bee's nest, like right here on the picnic table. That would be so much better. I know they probably don't, because then it would have to be just like the Ant Hills or the Termite King or the Termite Hill. It would be just a place you would have to explore, and they would have to actually build it out instead of just putting like a solid bee's nest there. But I don't know, it'd be cool. And speaking of the ants, they need to add ants to something. We have all these different bug parts you can use to make glues. They need to add ants to this really bad. I don't care if you have to take 30 pieces of ant to make one glue to try and balance it out, because you can see these are all different quantities to try and balance it out. I don't care if we need 30 ants to make one piece of glue. This is ridiculous. I've stopped picking up ant parts because there's just no use for them. There's only like a handful of decoration things that you can use ant parts for. You just get way too many ant parts, and there's no good use for them. We really need something that we can put ant parts to. And then I think the last thing is these turrets. These turrets are pretty new. I think they were added in the last update. So obviously there's a lot to go with them. I've seen, so many people I've seen did the exact same thing I did. You build them up on these little platforms thinking, okay, cool, sweet turret. But then when you actually get in them, you can't aim down low enough. You can aim pretty high, which is ridiculous. You don't need to be able to aim this high. They need to adjust this whole system up just a little bit so that you can aim down lower and not need to be able to aim so high, because everything you're shooting is on the ground. It's a bug game, all the bugs, which I get. The reason it is because it's like a one-to-one exactly how this is. But these are built kind of more like AA turrets, but they need to move these gun blasters up so that you could aim down further and up higher, or not up as high. Another thing I would love to see with these, only thing they shoot right now are the rocks. You can see down there, bottom right hand, rock, and that's it. But I wish they would add alternate ammo types. We have spicy chunks, we have mint chunks, and we have salt chunks. Let us use these as alternate ammo types in the turrets. That would make them so much better. Because, like, the rocks do a decent amount of damage, but most people don't use these because they're just not, I mean, they're slow and they're not as good. But if you could use alternate ammo types in these, they would be so much better to be able to fight stuff with. You put one of these inside the Broodmother's lair, just load it up with spicy chunks and just sit in it until she breaks it. She'd probably break it in like 3 or 4 hits, but you get so many free hits because they damage it before they damage you. And like for us, you know, we were struggling towards the end of the battle. We could get her down to like half health or so. But once we got all those other little spiders in there, it was, you know, we were struggling. If we had one of these sitting in a corner that we could hop in and then use it to try and take out the rest of her health or take out all the little baby spiders, it'd be so much better. Or if you're playing with multiple people, you know, you have one person on one of these that's firing at the baby spiders and taking them out in like one hit with the spicy candy, you know. So much better. But that's about all I can think of as far as changes to the game or like improvements. Still phenomenal, this game. Love it. It's the things they've done since release to now is crazy. I love all the different bugs. Obviously there's, you know, a million different bug types we would love to see added to this game. We have the pupas up there. I would love to see caterpillars and butterflies or like moths. A moth boss would be really cool. It'd be like a nighttime boss. Maybe even have it be like a dual-sided. Daytime you fight a butterfly, nighttime you fight a moth. Speaking of, this needs to change. They need to add better gliders. Dandelions have so little health, and you use the glider for so much stuff. I would love to see like a tier 2 feather glider. That would be cool. And then maybe, like I said, add a moth, add a butterfly, and get like a tier 3 glider out of that. Just little stuff like that would be so cool. They still have a lot. I'll be really surprised if when the 1.0 releases, they're able to even complete the story. Because we're, what, 2 months away, basically? Because they didn't say when in September, but a lot of people are speculating it'll be end of September before we get the 1.0 release. And they have all of the Black Anthill data and like story to complete. And then they have this whole section of yard over here that they have to complete. We already know they're adding things like the Black Widow and the Orchid Mantis. Those things are going to be really cool. Looks like we're getting armor out of that Black Ox Beetle that's over there. That's going to be really cool. But yeah, that's, we almost forgot to make this before we leave. We got that. And put another demon. Yep, so fun. We have enough to do both. So let's take a look at this. What does it give us? Ooh, poison coating. I think if I equip this, we can see what that does. Chance to apply poison on all attacks. Oh, that's cool. Just kind of like the regular spider armor. Oh, I think the regular spider armor just increases your poison damage. But we can. I don't think that does anything, does it? Anything special? No, just damage done. We can add this to that. And there we go. That'll be it for this episode. That's it for this series. I hope you enjoyed. We'll be back, I'm sure, for the 1.0 release. Probably gonna take a break, honestly. I don't know what game I plan to play next. I really hadn't thought about it. My carpal tunnels or something like that. My wrist has been killing me. So I might take a break for like a week or so, trying to figure out what game I want to play next. I might head back into Dying Light. I think there was a couple of DLCs released for that. We'll see. That'll be it for this. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.